So, I'm not going to play guitar every time I start a video, but this kind of goes into the point I'm trying to make, is that I'm learning this song, Kenshi Onezu's Lemon, in small manageable chunks. Sometimes I got limited, right, because my fingers hurt, but now they're starting to get calluses on it a little bit, so I'm able to play for like maybe 10, 15 minutes a day. But that's okay. Some people might be able to stick to a guitar, their fingers are already calloused, and go through an entire song and learn that song all in one time. Good for them. That doesn't stop me from still staying motivated and doing it in small, manageable chunks. The same can be said about learning Japanese, right? So maybe I can sit there for an hour or 2 hours and learn 300 new vocabulary, or I could sit down and learn all the hiragana in one step. But for someone else, maybe they start to get calluses on their brain and it starts to hurt after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and that's fine. Just do it in small, manageable chunks, whatever you can handle, right? And eventually, you're going to be able to play an entire song, or you'll be able to learn all the hiragana. Which brings me to this video. We're actually going to go through hiragana, right? Awesome. I'm going to show you about 10, 15 different hiragana just as a good groundwork to show you how I associate things with comedy or things that I already know. And from there, you can take it as fast or as slow as you want and learn the rest of the hiragana. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now remember these because I'm going to quiz you at the end. And I promise you, you're going to remember a bunch of these just because of how I write it. And you're going to remember it because it's funny. So we're going to start with, we'll start with Sue. So Sue looks like this, and I'll write it in English below it. So Sue has just a single set of arms. And then if you notice in the hip area, there's a circular motion going on. This is this Sue, the hula hula girl, right? She's dancing. That's how I remember it. But what if it has two arms and then the circle motion's at the very bottom? Well, that is Ma. The reason it's Ma, she has two sets of arms. It's your mom. She's going to discipline you if you get out of line, right? She might spank you a little bit. Hopefully not, right? And then her hips just aren't the same as Sue. She can't do the hula hoop anymore. But she can move her feet around. This is mom dancing. She's just moving her feet around in a circle motion. That's Ma. Two sets of arms, disciplined you with her feet dancing around a little bit at the bottom. Now, Ma is married to a guy, or she's dating a guy who has two sets of arms. He thinks he's your dad, right? Maybe he's your stepdad. He disciplines you too, just like her. But there's just a little loop down there at the bottom. Not a loop, but a little pointy thing. And that is Mo. Your Ma is dating Mo. And I think of Mo from The Simpsons. I don't know why. It's funny. That's how I remember it. And Mo's just kind of kicking up a little bit because he can't dance either. He's just kicking his feet up a little bit. That's Mo. Another easy one. And we're just rolling through these. You already got 3 of them. This is No. And the way I remember it, it looks kind of like a no symbol, right? International symbol for no. No parking, no smoking, whatever's in there just means no, don't do it. It's just not connected at the bottom, and it's no. Another easy one. Let's use this one. Here we go. This is just end. And doesn't it kind of look like N? It kind of does, right? And sometimes it's pronounced with an M or N. It's kind of a mix because they're a little bit different. Let's go with some more. What else is an easy one? Here, this one's kind of funny. I like to do this, so I'll do 2 at the same time. One is U and one is Su. So when I think of this, this looks kind of like an open mouth and an eye. So if I see something that's really cool and interesting, I might say, ooh, right? Ooh, that looks cool. It looks delicious, looks tasty. This one is, there's no eye open, right? So kind of a smaller version. Tsu. Ooh, tsu. Kind of like a silent, silent ooh, with a TS at the beginning. Tsu. Don't know why. That's just how I remember it. This one's pretty cool and easy to remember too. This is, and I'll write it in lowercase, ta. Because if you notice, it looks just like T and A, just with the middle is erased out of the lowercase a, and that's ta. Whenever I see it, it's obviously ta. Another one that starts with T this, and it's a little bit long on the end. Whatever, you get the idea. This is toe, right? And this is someone's toe, and the fingernail or the toenail just came right up off of that. It looks painful. Ah! But that is toe. Toe is pretty easy to remember too. And this is this one's pretty easy too. Coo. So it looks like a bird. Go, coo, coo, coo. Easy to remember. So once again, this is su, ma, mo, no, u, su, ta, to, ku. So we've gone through how many of them? 3, 5. We've gone through 10. I'm running out of board space. We'll keep it at 10, but you've gone through 10, which is probably about 1/5 of all of it. If you can do 10 a day, guess what? In 5 days, you'll be able to do almost all of the hiragana there is, period. Isn't that insane? But remember, take it in small, manageable chunks. So we're gonna go ahead and test you, right? So let's erase these out of the way and see if you can remember what they are. Okay, well, we'll start with this one. What's that? What does it look like? Looks like a no smoking sign, right? It's a no. Good job. What about this one? Ooh, it looks painful. It's toe, right? The toenail's coming right off of the top, and it's definitely looking painful. It's a toe. What about this one and this one? They kind of look similar to each other. Do you remember which one's which? What about this one? Ooh. What about this one? A small, right? Not an open eye, because there's no line up here. Tsu, right? And I'll quiz you more on these later. If you're in the Marine Corps, right? This one I always thought is the funniest, how I remember this. It looks like a question mark, right? But an upside down question mark. So sometimes we ask questions, or it's not really a question, but we'll say, rah, right? Like, hey, we're gonna go on a 5-mile run tonight, rah. I'm not asking you if we're gonna go on a 5-mile run. We are going on a 5-mile run. I just say rah at the end of it, mark. So, looks funny. Question mark, rah, right? So let me start quizzing you a little bit more. What about this one? Do you remember what that is? Single set of arms, moving the hips around in a circle, doing a dance, hula hoop. So that's Sue the hula girl, right? And what about when it's 2 arms and the loop's at the bottom? That's ma, right? I have fun teaching these, so I'll teach you another couple. I like this one here. The way I remember it, it's not like this, what we learned earlier, which is, looks kind of like ta, right? Just with the parts of it erased. But the cross, I imagine this is a cross that's up in the air and someone's kneeling down to pray. And then is na, right? And this big long hat or whatnot you have on it is what the nuns wear. I don't know what it's called, but praying to the cross is a nun, na, right? Anyway, so we've gone through about 10 or 15 of these. Just like I told you in the beginning, equating it to something that you're going to remember that's funny is going to make it so much easier for you when it comes to learning Japanese. But, you know, I'm not the only one with a creative mind. You have to think of creative stuff on your own too. Also, there's tons of books out there. There's apps that'll show you a picture and say, hey, this kind of looks like this. Isn't this what this is? Cool. Use that to remember, or think of something on your own, right? But like I said, there's only about 50 or 60, I don't know the exact number, of hiragana altogether. So if you take it in those manageable chunks, you know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, so you can learn 3 a day. Or if you're like me, you need dessert, so that cheesecake, that ice cream, 4 a day. Give yourself 10 or 15 days, you're gonna learn all of them, right? So stick at it, keep at it, and have fun. The next video I'll go over that associative learning method that I was talking about before, but that's more for learning more difficult stuff. And I'll give you one example of that. Is I was having a hard time learning a word recently where I'm going through all these flashcards. Recommend using flashcards. But I was going through the flashcards and I had a hard time learning something called kokyo. Now I learned koho, which is public relations, or kokusai kanke, international relations, or other words like that. But I could not figure out for the life of me kokyo, which is national border. It's just a word that I'm unfamiliar with that I never used, and I struggled with it. When I got to it in the flashcard, I said, it's kokyo. How do I remember this? Eventually, I came up with a way to remember it. So I had, in my mind, there's two people, right? This guy and this guy. And these guys live on a field. And they used to share this field. But now the time has come for them to make a national border, a kokyo. Now I'll never forget it. So this guy over here says, you know what, dude? This is the national border. Well, obviously, this guy over here, guy B, is like, whoa, wait, hold on, bro. I can barely move around. This whole land over here, can't we make it more even? He's upset. He's ready to go to war. He's going to fight over this. He's like, no, this is not the national border, dude. But this guy saves the day with a kokyo, right? With that national border. How does he do that? He says, don't worry, bro. Here's a Coke, yo. Calm down. You can drink a Coke. Silly, it's weird, that's how I remember things, and I encourage you to do the same. Think creatively. I heard this recently in both a TV show I was watching and a video game that I'm playing, where they talked about a national border. I said, Kokyo, and immediately I was like, giggle a little bit because I remember how I remember it. But if you associate funny things like that, then you're going to be able to learn things a lot faster. So like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure that you're taking things in manageable chunks. Don't get that blister on your brain, and learn things as you go. And do it having fun. One final test before we get out of here, right? If you're watching my videos before, you should be able to get this, because this is what I'm about to do. Do you remember what that means? The square, the shikaku, what does that mean? It's the mouth, right? Kuchi. And this is a person, arms and legs in the air, just saying, I'm out of here. Together, it is the deguchi, which now we know hiragana, and I'm gonna write it, even though we didn't learn these, it is the deguchi. Final point, all right? When you see kanji, a lot of times, it won't be on the bottom, it'll be on the top. There'll be a small little hiragana that tells you exactly how to pronounce the kanji. I love it. When I go to karaoke, which is a passion of mine, because that's how I learn new kanjis. I'll go to karaoke and I'll be reading they call it furigana on the top, which is just hiragana, so you know how to pronounce the kanji. And over time, I'm learning more and more kanji because I see it when I go to karaoke. I like to go to a karaoke area where there's a bunch of people singing, because then they'll sing new songs I never heard about. I'll try to follow along, but the whole time I'm reading, just trying to get better at it. But if you spend these 15 days or 20 days or 30 days, however long it takes you to learn hiragana, you're going to have a way better time during your visit in Japan, or if you're here stationed in Japan, because you're going to be able to read things and feel immersed in the culture, right? Or ra. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Saint Peace out.